Okay, so the most important points of this week's lesson was recovery committees on page 287 of recovery coordination and leadership from chapter 7 and the United Nations disaster management effort from chapter 8. Recovery committees to me mean establishing and maintaining business recovery procedure and coordinating the recovery and function. The textbook stated recovery committee's responsibility is to provide visible and strong leadership and to have a key role in restoring confidence to the community through assessing the consequences of the emergency and coordinating activities to rebuild, restore, and rehabilitate the social, economic, and natural environment of the affected community. This is very important because after a community has been struck by a disaster or an incident emergency, it normally takes years for that community to get back to its natural form. Due to the fact that many people will settle elsewhere, usual usual social spot might not be on site no more or devastated, and things will most likely feel very very strange or different. Thus, aiming to restore the community back to its original form will ease the impact of the aftermath of a catastrophic disaster area. The United Nations disaster management effort. I find it to be extremely important because bringing experts from different countries to work towards one goal can bring mostly positive and well thought ideas on how to deal with or prepare for a disaster or in an emergency. According to the textbook, currently 193 countries are members of the United Nations. It is not a government body, nor does it write laws. Members do have the ability through the United Nations to resolve conflict and create international policy. More than 70% of United Nations work is devoted to development activities, disaster mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. So, the mightiest points for me was on page 305 and 307. Individuals and household program, uh, other needs, other needs assistance. It stated money from the individuals and household program for housing and other needs must be used for eligible expenses only as identified by FEMA. If the grantee does not utilize the grant money for the reason defined in the grant application, they may be disqualified for any additional help and may have to return the money immediately. So, my thing is, what if the person wants to relocate because they're afraid a similar catastrophic may occur again? And also, I don't think it's really a grant because they have to pay it back somehow. So, why should it really matter what they do with that money as long as they use it for a place to find a place to live? So, which brings me to my questions. Do you think the government should put pressure on people to? Do you think the government should put pressure on people who endure from disaster to repair the very home that was ruined by providing them with funds that is merely to be used on renovating that specific home? I repeat my question again. Do you think the government should put pressure on people who endure from disaster to repair the very home that was devastated by providing them with funds that is merely to be used on renovating that specific home?